What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Filsinger Games Character Spotlight with Mike and Brock.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Brock. And today we are continuing through Sudden Death 2095 with Thunder and Cassandra. Thunder will go on to many great things within the GWF. And Cassandra ran with this card for about 20 years, I think. So, yeah.
Still going strong with it.
Yep. Hey, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Nope.
How long was this card active?
I would say she's a woman, so they rarely get upgrades.
She ran with this card from 2095 to 2116. So yeah, it's a good run. That's a good 20-year run.
Yeah, better than half the roster.
Yeah. So yeah, who would you like to start with?
We'll start off with, say, Cassandra then.
All right, there she is. I think a little bit of I pick up a Sherry Martel inspiration with this, a little bit.
Yeah,
that's how I always viewed her, at least.
I dug out her manager card, but I was like, since she doesn't get an upgrade, I'm gonna dig out her women's card as well.
Yeah, because we're never gonna talk about her again.
No.
Maybe people that she was affiliated with down the road, but this is her one and only card.
Yeah. As a manager, yeah, she's not going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, she really wasn't paired with a lot of game-breaking people, except for, Pegasus later on, but that's about it.
Yeah, she captured one Galaxian title. Like as a manager, she led someone into my low card title.
Okay.
Probably Vanity.
All right.
And that was it.
Yeah. I mean, Vanity brought her in.
Yeah.
To replace Sweet Thing, basically.
And I don't even think I currently use her as a manager.
She's got decent wrestling stats.
Yeah.
Not horrible. Not good, but not terrible. 6 distractor rating. She has a double finisher, whips and chains.
Yep.
So that was kind of cool. But not the toughest offense to get down to those double finishers.
No, I think I have her next year. I'm setting her up because I'm bringing back Sensational Julian and the Gimp.
Nice.
And she's going to be their manager.
She'd pair well with them with, the whole whips and chains thing and stuff like that.
Yep. Yeah, because I thought I had a glut of managers, so I got rid of some.
Mm-hmm.
Every so often I'll bring some back, but she's going to be managing in my my CPC Fed, which is the bottom Fed.
Uh-huh.
So she'll be down there.
That's cool. She ends up in the CPC and GWF storyline too, so that's where she finished her career.
That's good then.
Yeah, you're ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, just looking at her card, I didn't use her very much as a wrestler because, there wasn't many women at the time for her to actually do anything with. But I paired her with Stud City.
Yeah.
For the longest time.
Like I currently have a women's Fed, and she's teamed up with Anaxis.
Okay.
As the Greek goddesses.
Okay. Yeah, Cassandra's definitely another Greek influenced name.
And she is currently one half of the women's tag team champions and in the longest tag team title reign.
Nice. You're
So
just
they're
looking at her
going
card.
they're going pretty good there.
That's good. Yeah, I think she would work well. Like she doesn't have any defensive tags, but she can come in and take a little bit of a beating and then get back on offense and tag in on that for the double finisher, which would be helpful in a tag
Yeah.
situation.
I think I you know in the tag team she just comes in on the level 3 offense.
Yeah, for the double finisher.
Yep.
Makes sense. Fun character. I just wish there were more women to interact with for her at this in this time period. And still GWF I feel is lacking women wrestlers.
Yeah,
It's gotten better,
what
but
was she, the fourth or something like that?
I think so. There wasn't many before her. So Gamazonia, Miss Liberty. Um, is that it? I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah, she might have been the third then.
Yeah, because Sweet Thing was an up was Miss Liberty was a upgrade of Sweet Thing. Yeah, I think she might have just been the third. I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah, they're just slowly introducing women. Every 4 years, they'll give you a new woman.
Yeah. Well, they remain mainly used as ballets.
Yeah.
So if you think about the time period that they came out, there wasn't a whole lot of women in the wrestling scene.
No, and I think Tom's still testing the waters.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can understand not wanting to do a 50-50 split like WWE does, but I think it's time they add some more.
Yeah, just as long as they don't face each other. No men versus women matches.
Or if you
But
do,
when you're
use
when
the
you're
conversion chart.
yeah, yeah. Hey, if you want to use a conversion chart, I'm all for that.
Mm-hmm.
Which should have happened in the Galaxian Cup. I'm just saying.
There's a lot of people saying that. I don't even know the particulars of that. I was at Legoland by the time that happened.
I was out in the hallway and I
Getting
didn't know
COVID.
Matthew Butcher just stirring the pot.
He's good at that.
And who won your tag tournament? Because on Valentine's Day you did an intergender tag team tournament.
It was Shockwave and Lamiax,
Oh, okay.
two bootlegs. Shockwave is Sam Looptak character, and Lamiax is one of mine. Available at BrocsterComics.com. Link below. Yeah, that was a fun tournament, though. I enjoyed that. It was a good time. I might make it a Valentine's Day tradition.
There you go. I tried to watch a little bit of it, and I'm like, oh.
It was mixed.
I know.
Playing mixed roles is hard, by the way. Where you have to switch out the opposite side when you tag out.
That's the way it worked.
Yeah, that's how I started. But then by the third round, I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this anymore."
Yeah, I remember I watched a few of the matches, but I wasn't. You know, I think I was doing more chatting than watching.
Yeah, it wasn't really, it was just something fun to do for Valentine's Day.
I completely understand that. Okay, well, getting back to the card here, how would you power creep the Cassandra?
Her level 3 offense is great with the two finishers, but she also has two moves that get you to level 2.
Yeah,
which is brutal. But she also only has one move that takes you to level 3 guaranteed on level 2. So I'm like, where do I add the level 3? I think I'll add it to level 3 just to give her a better chance at staying down there with the double finisher.
I'd give her a choice G.
Okay. That's currently what she has, but it's attached to level 2 move.
Yeah.
She would definitely need to be upgraded to the new rules, but
as I was saying, getting back to her card, she did hold my GWF Women's Championship.
nice.
Obviously an upset, She didn't have a very long run, probably one or two defenses before she lost it right away.
Mm-hmm.
So she's captured all the women's gold.
There you go. She's done all she can do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then we can switch to Thunder the Manager.
Thunder the Manager. We can't do Thunder the Wrestler without Kevin Butcher. I think that's illegal.
Yeah.
So we'll have to have him on whenever we do the Wrestler.
Because we know how much Kevin loves talking about gladiators and only gladiators.
Well, especially Thunder. Thunder's his guy. He made an awesome Thunder bootleg that I think became an official card.
Yeah, that's
the artwork at least did. Some awesome Daryl Banks art. Yeah, that's a good card.
That's some solid.
Yeah, I wish I had it sitting nearby. I'd show it off, but it's upstairs. I wasn't thinking ahead.
Well, when we get to Thunder the Wrestler, we will show it.
We've
shown it on here before.
We did. But this is Thunder the Manager, the rookie card. This would be his rookie card if you're a rookie card collector. And great things came later for this character, but this card, not so tough.
No, but at least it's not a slave.
No, he's not going to get annihilated.
No, as in Fury. Fury was an actual slave for another.
Right.
For another
this is just a young boy.
Yeah. And everybody just went, no. We're cool with slavery. Bring him on in. We won't try to free him either. We'll just let him be.
Yep. Not a good look. And they sewed his mouth shut.
Yeah.
But he still bit people. Did we talk about that? Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about his mouth being open here very shortly. He's in this set.
Yeah, but Thunder was I liked him as a manager because it was a full on gladiator.
Yeah. Got to see him grow and get the cleansing and all that stuff, and he's bald and no paint.
Yeah, because before people would do the Renner Begaya with the gladiators and Fury with the gladiators.
Right.
They got an actual gladiator
to
manage him.
Yes, definitely a good progression with that.
Now, as for his manager card, I think he was one of the few occasions where I actually used the wrestler card. I had him step in the ropes, like in between the ropes, to wrestle, but the gladiators would never be at ringside.
Yeah,
with him because he was just out there to learn.
Right. Makes total sense.
Yeah,
I don't think they would help a rookie. Just doesn't make sense for who they are.
Yeah. But you, from what I hear, have some stories for.
Yeah, I mentioned this before. Whenever Thunder came in, I immediately tagged him with Lightning. Made no sense storyline wise or anything else, except they were Thunder and Lightning, or Lightning as it's called. Lightning, I think is what it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't have Thunder and Lightning in a Fed and not put them together.
No,
it has to happen.
I tried, and I thought of ways to do it because for me, Lightning was a friend of Mayhem's. It's that weird guy. They were buddies.
Yeah, makes sense.
I made him a tag team called Electric Mayhem, straight from the Muppets.
Nice.
And I thought of ways to, hey, maybe I could do that, but it just didn't work out. Thunder, the rookie.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they wouldn't have had him. They wouldn't have allowed him to team up with a non-gladiator.
Right.
He didn't have the pull that Mayhem did.
Yeah, he's just a young guy. Lightning was frenzy by this point too. I still use the Lightning card because I had it. And as we know, from anybody who's watched more than one episode of the show knows that 13-year-old Brock's Fed just didn't make a whole lot of sense.
I'm surprised Lightning and Frenzy weren't a tag team to go against Dreadnought and Comrade Terror.
Well, I knew by then. That was all post Galacticon and being smartened up by Minskoff. So
That would have been some interesting wrestling.
yeah, it would have been great. I need to. I had the original Cronus fed.
Yeah.
It was ahead of the times.
Now he wrestled. Well, he was a manager for me for 4 years.
Okay.
2095, 2096, 2097, and 2098.
He did get his wrestler card in 2099, so that's perfect.
Yeah. He was first runner-up to Manager of the Year in 2095 and 2096. 2097, he didn't do anything. So I guess the Gladiators had a bad year.
Okay.
1998, he came back strong and won Manager of the Year.
Okay. He's got a decent distractor rating at 7.
Yeah. And as a manager, he managed the Gladiators to an Intergalactian tag title, 3 heavyweight titles, 2 GWF tag titles, and 1 Intergalactian singles title.
There you go. Helps when you align yourself with the big guns.
Yep. Yeah. Getting those in. So, as a manager, would he make the Hall of Fame? Probably not. He's close to it for me, but I have to add up his points.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no idea if the Gladiators have any more managers after Thunder. I'm not that far in the game.
I'm sure they probably did. I don't know though. Let me pull that up. I see if I can find it. See if I can find it here.
I know Jeff couldn't make it tonight, so our current knowledge guy.
Yeah. We need him.
That's one of the reasons we invited him.
That and he actually plays.
He plays a lot.
He does.
I think he posts like 3 or 4 cards this week already.
Yeah, he's on a roll. He's on a roll. I don't see any other managers listed here.
If we're wrong, post it in the comments, please.
Yes, please. The Leveler.
They have somebody called the Leveler?
Yes. He's a bodyguard.
Okay.
He came in 21-26.
That's a bit of a gap there.
Mm-hmm.
2039 to 2026.
And I don't know. All these other guys look like they're. Yeah, they all look like wrestlers. Just looking at the names here. Either way, let us know.
Yeah.
Very cool. So we power creeping this guy too?
I'd give him a +1 finisher.
Okay.
Just a throw thing. You still want to keep him a bit weak.
Yeah.
He's a manager and he's still learning. But give him a more devastating maneuver.
Give him room to grow. I'm going to take away a down on level 3 defense. He's got 3 downs combined with a 7-4 pin, so that's pretty bad. If you're going to keep the pin high, I'd take away a down.
Yeah, but back then, I don't think a 4 was that high. It was kind of average.
Yeah. Thunder.
Those chains look like they'd weigh a ton.
He could kill somebody with those.
Oh, yeah.
Thunder.
We'll go to our topic of our favorite gimmick matches.
Okay.
What are your go-to? How do you run them in your feds?
I don't use them very often. I have a couple super cards per year where I make it a big deal. I have one called Stipulations where every match has some kind of gimmick match or a stipulation of some kind. But I don't use them a whole lot. The ones I like the cage. The cage match is a good one because it's easy to play.
Yeah.
Doesn't have any charts that you really have to look at and stuff like that. Um, some of them get confusing, I think. That's just me. I'll forget, like, if you, on this match on into the turnbuckle, you have to roll on this chart. I always forget. That's just me, though. That's a Brock problem, not a game problem. But I like the cage match is my favorite just because, like I said, it's easy. I like the cell match that they added a few years ago. It's pretty fun.
The Cyrenus cell or whatever it is.
Yeah, I had fun with that. I use that in at the that's on my year-end pay-per-view. The big blow off is always whatever feud's been going hottest will end in that at the end of my year. It doesn't have to be for a title or anything, just whatever feud has been the most brutal throughout the year. Um, I do kind of center my special matches around the pay-per-view theme, kind of like WWE does now. Like at this event, there's always going to be this match, kind of deal. So I guess if the town's getting that pay-per-view, they know that they can expect a cell match or whatever.
Yes. How? But so it's you just pretty much stick with a few.
Yeah, I don't use a whole lot. I don't want to overdo it.
Yeah.
First, I always have fun with First Blood because that's another one that doesn't need charts or anything. You just set a number of tokens to get bleed.
I don't think I've ever had a First Blood match.
Yeah, it's not. You set a number of tokens, and once they hit that, you consider them bleeding.
Yeah, because that never made sense. Like, chaos gets you down, does bow of defeat, and suddenly you're bleeding because you're getting
Yeah,
maneuvered.
Yeah, that's one that doesn't make sense.
That's why I never did it, because to me I couldn't wrap my head around it.
Yeah, I guess it would depend on who you used.
Yeah, I have 4 tokens, but I'm bleeding because I got Titan drop 3 times. What?
Yeah, it landed right on my nose. Yeah, I'm just looking at the new Ringside Companion here, Volume 1 available now at FilsingerGames.com. We're not sponsored. We have to say that for YouTube.
Product placement.
Yes, we are not sponsored. We're doing this on our own free will here. The Brass Knuckles match is fun, or the Signation Fist match, whichever one you Legends. I use the Legends names in my Fed because it's more Earth-based, but they're interchangeable.
Yeah, I call it the Cygnus Brass Knuckle.
Yeah, that's fun. You just have to know it, when a move is a strike. I have a lot of fun with the coffin match. I do that on my Halloween themed event every year.
I think that's a Steve Vanderberg.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Because at one of the Canada Cups, Galacticans, sorry, and one of the Galacticans, Tom came up and there were a bunch of guys from Guelph, Steve Vanderberg and
Brett.
I don't know if Brett was there. I'm trying to remember a couple of the other guys that showed up, but I remember Steve because Steve introduced it to Tom.
Okay.
Tom's like, I've always wanted to do a casket match, and I think in the original booklet he gets credit.
Cool.
Because suddenly that to play test it, every match for in the whole Galactican became a coffin match.
Nice.
So we play tested the hell out of that.
It works well.
Well, yeah, because we play tested probably 80 matches in 2 days.
Yeah. I like that your pin has to reach 10 before you can even attempt to throw somebody in the casket. So you're looking at a long drawn out epic match, a big good blow off for the end of a feud or something like that. 'Cause you're literally putting somebody in a coffin, so it makes total sense. That's one of my favorites. Just trying to think of the ones I use semi regularly.
I think Chris Sinclair was also there. He's one of the GWF guys. He's on the board every so often, but he's heavily into the women wrestling.
Okay.
He's like the Canadian version of Thai States.
Well, there you go. Every country needs one.
Yeah. See how I use matches in my Fed is I rank all my, my matches. So you got to build up to it. You
Yeah.
know, if I got Mayhem and Wolf, the first time they meet, it's going to be in a what I just call a match. So it's just a regular, match where
Hmm.
they're testing themselves out.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be like a Titan death match, just something simple.
Yeah. Build up
Just
to the
to get
big
it
ones.
going. 2 out of 3 falls. And
Hmm.
then the next match might be a Lepus Stun Rod
Yeah.
or Turnbuckle Shock match. And then it'll move up to like a brass knuckle match.
Hmm.
And finally a cage match. And then the matches get more dangerous, the dog collar match. And then
Yeah.
it finally, if they hit where they faced each other 7 times, and
Hmm.
rarely do I have that because usually if one guy's winning a feud by 3 or more, the feud's over for me.
Yeah. Yeah. He's made his point.
Yeah. Then it ends in a torture chamber.
That's cool. So it's not
So
like AEW where your first time he touches in the blood and guts match or
yeah, you got you got to build your way up to it. Like I story it, so I don't know how and I don't know how the matches are going to end. I want to see the feuds go
yeah.
long, and sometimes too, uh, to hit those 7 matches, it might take 2 years
Yeah. It's true.
because they don't fight every card.
Hmm. Yeah. So my booking style has changed now that I do it live.
Yeah,
So I book by the month. Like this is I write down what I want to get to for the month, and I very rarely get there because the dice just never do what I want them to do. Like I want to put this guy against this guy so he gets a win, and then he's gonna get like build up and work his way through that team, but then he gets beat by the weakest guy of the team. I'm like, well, I guess there's no point in doing that anymore.
yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how I book based on like a month to month, and then I try to make the end of the month a big deal for the super card. Usually has a one or two big specialty matches or two, but doesn't always
And
work out.
in my super cards, depending on what it is, I'll have um like on a regular card, I'll have 2 to 3 specialty matches because my cards are all 10 cards, 10
Hmm.
matches on the card.
Okay.
Couple title matches, couple feud matches, and then regular matches that amongst the guys.
Hmm.
And so when I hit a super card or a pay-per-view, as they're called, but I'm old school, so I have a tendency to just call them super cards.
I call them super cards too. Pay per view is done. They're now premium live events.
Uh, I would I might up it to 4 or 5, maybe 6,
Yeah.
and then I think I used to do something, just I used to have. Now I think I canceled it. I used to do a Rage in the Cage where every match was in a
Hmm.
cage,
Yeah.
and everybody who was feuding fought, even if it
Hmm.
was like your second match. Too bad you're in the cage.
Yeah. Makes sense. Those gimmick pay per views are kind of popular right now. Look at WWE has Hell in a Cell where they have multiple Hell in a Cell matches. TLC where all the different,
Yeah, we're all
just a
table ladders
theme.
and chairs.
You have a table match, a ladder match, and then a tables, ladders, and chairs match in the same card. Like these other ones just don't seem as cool whenever you have the all three in one. But
Yeah, so I remember well when I was younger, I was so into gimmick match. Actually, I still use Sam's boot camp match, and I got that out of the one of the
uh,
Club Galactica newsletters.
hmm.
I think Tim Dalton had made it
Okay,
because in those old Club Galactica newsletters,
yeah,
there would be people would make specialty matches, and you could have barbed wire scaffold matches and just all kinds of. There was I remember there was some kind of match with the crocodiles where you're fighting on like water and there's crocodiles surrounding the ring, and it was you know
hey.
people got kind of creative, not gonna lie.
Hmm.
I never used the crocodile match. I just went no.
Jamie B. Wilson, God rest his soul, was the master of the over the top specialty matches.
uh, Jamie and Myron Coleman should have got together because Myron had one where a wrestler would die. I think it was called The Risk or something like that, where you fought on like a moon and you had to get to a rocket ship to get off, and the loser was on the planet when it blew up.
Hey, if you really hated somebody, it might be worth it to try to kill them.
Like, just
That's brilliant.
yeah. But yeah, that was probably the worst.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I made a whole booklet of gimmick matches, but it was all battle royals because I love battle royals. I still love them to this day. I loved
Yeah.
being in them when I wrestled. I was one
Uh-huh.
of the few guys when I see a battle royal coming up, I'm like, I want to be on that. And they were like, really? Everybody hated battle royals.
Yeah.
I loved them. And so yeah, Rob, Nadon, and myself, we had rules for a regular battle royal, a steel cage battle royal. Uh, we had rules for two ring battle royals where you had to throw your guy over the rope,
Uh-huh.
um, but you had to throw him into the next ring.
The elimination ring.
Yep. And we had a five ring battle royal. So you had the ring in the middle and then rings up on top.
Yeah.
And then when you got thrown out, we'd roll a four-sided dice to see which ring you got thrown into. And so there might only be like three guys here. And then when you got thrown out, you'd roll a four-sided dice again, and you can get thrown back into the middle ring.
Nice.
Let's say some of these took a day or two to finish.
Oh, I can imagine.
Then we had a battle royal where we did like the Tower of Doom, where you fought your way up.
Yeah. Has anybody done that for Champions of the Galaxy yet? The triple stacked cage thing that Hogan used to always participate in?
Well, the Tower of Doom, I think the first one was between Kevin Sullivan and Ronnie Garvin.
Okay. There was one where Hogan fought the Dungeon of Doom where he started in a little tiny cage at the top and had to work his way down to the ring. I
Yep.
forget what they called that though, but I remember Zeus was in it and the guy who played Bane in Batman and Robin. He was the ultimate solution. So, horrible name.
Tom Hardy?
No, not that Bane. The one from the 90s Batman and Robin movie.
Oh,
The one with Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
oh, okay. I'm thinking like, really, Tom. I don't remember Tom Hardy in WCW ever.
No. Oh, what was that guy's name? It's gonna bug me. I'll look it up.
I don't even know that, but yeah, I remember the first one. I'm trying to remember the teams, and I think it had like the Ronnie Garvin, Jimmy Garvin, the Road Warriors, and Doctor Death Steve Williams versus like Kevin Sullivan, Al Perez. You know,
Yeah.
com- complete mismatch.
Jeep Swenson.
Oh, okay, yeah.
God rest his soul as well. Wow, he died young. He was only 40. Big dude though.
Yeah. So yeah, I made a whole booklet, and I think in that booklet it was like 10 pages, and there was a battle royal per page. So there was 10 different battle royal gimmick battle royals we had. We
I
had a
like it.
bunkhouse battle royal where everybody came in and you had like I think you rolled a 12-sided dice, and that's what you were dressed up as. So you brought a different weapon.
Okay.
So you could have baseball bat, and then you'd have a separate chart. You'd have to. It was you know it was our 15 through 17-year-old minds just going crazy, but within a realm of possibility. Not nobody's dying.
Right, right.
I,
That's funny.
I'm thinking I might still have that around somewhere, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, I have to look for it.
We drew everything. Oh no, it would have been handed out at like Galacticon 3 or something like that.
Someone has it. Pete Beck has it.
Maybe or Jack.
Yeah, one of the. Yeah, everything
So
I've ever been handed at Galacticon, I still have, but that was before my time.
I made two big handles like that. Another one, Tim Dalton and myself did a random character generation,
I think I've seen that.
and it followed all the rules.
Mm-hmm.
You rolled two six-sided dice, and you could make your wrestler. And we did a tournament where I brought blank sheets, and everybody made their wrestler. And we did a tournament, and I think it was won by Jared
Oh, cool.
Smoke Son. I think he won it.
Nice.
I think he beat Troy in the finals.
Good.
So one thing I was going to, as I got to show, for one of the prizes one year at Galacticon, I gave out a set of quarters from Canada, and it was a map of Canada on a like it was a fold out, it was a flip book.
Yeah.
Map of Canada, and each province had its own quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Province and territory had its own quarter. And about 2 years later, America came up with its own set.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got this from Kevin Butcher and his wife at the time, April. They got me this.
Uh-huh.
Now, it's been out 23 years. I don't have it filled because I don't get too many American quarters up here.
Uh-huh.
So I'm wondering if I can get some help here finishing this off.
Oh, look at you begging for money.
I know. I'm begging for like $1 in quarters. I need Washington, Colorado. I have South Dakota, but I need a new one. It's all
That's kind of beat up. Yeah.
Somewhere along the lines, I've lost Rhode Island.
Ooh, that's just the smallest one.
Yeah. And Wisconsin and Iowa. So that's it. And then I will finally, after 23 years, have this complete.
Well, they didn't all come out at once. They came out a couple a year.
They came out from 1999 to 2008.
Well, we've done the territories and stuff since then. So you're gonna have to add to it.
So this is all I have.
Run down the list again that you need.
So I need
for
Washington,
the viewers. Okay.
Yeah, Washington, Colorado. I would like a new South Dakota.
Put it on the list.
Yeah, Wisconsin, Iowa, and I have lost my Rhode Island.
All right. Well, I'm sure our viewers will help you out with that. And you're going to be at Galacticon, right?
I am.
So they can give them to you there.
Yeah, don't mail it. But it just help me finish this off. It's been 23 years. It ended in 2008. So it's been like 15 years just for the last one.
Yeah, we've added to it. I don't know what the gimmick is now on the quarters, but I think every year there's something now.
Oh, there's all kinds of. I remember I gave Pete Beck some quarters because we did quarters with poppies in the middle for Remembrance Day.
Okay.
Because Canada does poppies on Remembrance Day. And so our quarters, I gave it to Pete. Pete knew about the poppies.
Yeah.
That's why I gave it. He was like, "Oh, this is cool." Well, we have quarters that will glow in the dark. The paint.
That's pretty neat. Yeah, it's hard to counterfeit a quarter in Canada.
Oh yeah.
If you're wasting your time counterfeiting coins, you might be an idiot.
And you can't even counterfeit our money anymore. Because they're plastic, they're see-through, they have holograms.
I saw them. They're pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Look like almost like toy money.
Oh, people have always said that.
Yeah. It's all good though.
That Monopoly money. I had a quarter for every time I heard that.
Yeah. It's cool though.
Yep.
Good stuff.
But now we can finally sign out.
All right. Well, thank you for listening or watching, however you consume our show. If you have not yet done so, please click that subscribe button. I think it's right here-ish. or here, maybe here.
I think it's over here.
Is it on your side? I don't know. Maybe. Either way, if you haven't done that yet, please hit the subscribe button. If you liked the video, while I'm fumbling over this, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Let us know you liked it. And while you're here, please check out all the links below to all of our friends who make Filsinger Games related content, including the podcast Roll Up, the official Filsinger Games podcast, the Legends teams Uncharted Territory, Lee Longpre's Dizzy Dice, the Filsinger Games fan cast from Grant, and then here on YouTube, we also have Solo Promoter from Grant, Heartland Championship Wrestling from Dave Little, and After Further Review. You'll see my Twitch link there below and all our other stuff that we're involved with. If you'd like to get added to our description so we could give you a shout out at the end of our videos, please let us know. We'd be happy to include you as well.
And we're up to 116 viewers.
Ooh.
Getting close to that 123.
123 and 23. I like how we aimed so high.
We just need 123 viewers.
Yeah. I added. All I heard, like leading into this year, 2023, was YouTube Shorts are the best way to grow your YouTube channel. So I uploaded 2 shorts of just me playing Pokemon, me catching my first shinies on the game, and they've been up for over a week now. They each have 1 view. So apparently that's not it.
No.
Just thought I'd throw that out there because I thought it was funny. I just threw it up there just to see what would happen, and clearly I missed the algorithm somehow.
We got to start in those Twitch stream guys.
Yeah.
Maybe get a few more legend guys. So we gotta start doing more legends on this.
We need to, for sure. We can't do it without Jeff, though.
No.
All right, that's all I had.
That's all I got.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Good night, Guelph, Ontario.
Guelph, Ontario. Good night, Burlington, Ontario.
Oh, there you go.
All right, everybody. Catch you later.